The AIWA's belt was disintegrated, just broken to a little powder, so got another belt from that was loose in another machine, but nice and tight in here. And also it's going to need some new capacitors. The amp was completely dead. There was not a single peep out of the amp, so sure it will need new capacitors. And I think it's DC bias too. I didn't see a bias coil on here. There's other belts, but these belts, the biggest one out of the 3 belts that I got here was just right. It was good for the machine. Do 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 do. There we go. I'll have to remember, because I'm going to have to desolder some wires here. Where these wires go on the motor connections, the white one goes on the left side and the red one goes on the right side. Because, yeah, the electrical speed change goes to the switch. Speakerphone comes off and crumbles. I'm making a big mess on there. Well, it actually is AC bias. We can see there's the amplifier board, but right over there, there's a separate board for the bias oscillator for the recording. This board is probably full of bad capacitors because we aren't getting a peep from it and getting any sound out of it, so we'll have to work with that. I can also see that this uses a fiber belt, and although it's intact at the moment, it's not going to be intact for long. These fiber belts will always, I can guarantee 100% sure, will disintegrate and fall apart. That belt will need to be replaced with a loose rubber belt that also has graphite lubricant on it to make it slip easily, because it has to be able to slip, and the clutch mechanism was originally done by a fiber belt slippage. There's the amplifier, 5 transistor amplifier. Bias oscillator runs with 1 transistor. Here's the shot of the whole deal. So yeah, quite something. This yellow wire goes to the bottom right there on that switch, because I'll have to be unsoldering it too. Okay. I have not fully recapped the amplifier, but I replaced bad caps. Okay, YouTubers, I know that you like that you other people, the fans of the vintage tape recorders, like to collect this stuff, and I'm sure some of you guys are going to be finding recorders made by the AIWA company and other recorders that are different brand names but also made by the AIWA company. AIWA company, these tape recorders use a certain kind of capacitors. They're not all like this. There's different capacitors, but a certain electrolytic capacitor that's of this style, 1 microfarad, 6 volts. It's really small. You can tell that they took a radial leaded capacitor. That means it's both coming out of one side, and put that pin all the way over to make it an axial leaded capacitor, meaning it coming out of each side. All 3 of these capacitors were bad. 2 of them were completely dead. The other one was weak. So if you ever get an AIWA recorder and it can tell it's got a weak amplifier, check for these kind of capacitors. Chances are these are the ones that are bad. Josh will get to see we put this recorder back together. How do you feel about that, Josh?
I feel like I'm about to see something special happen.
Let's move this capacitor box.
So what are you working on?
It's a reel-to-reel tape recorder. Portable reel-to-reel. And I've just finished replacing bad capacitors in the amplifier. Think it's cool? You want to film?
Yeah, I'll film it.
You can narrate if you want as I put this back together.
Okay. Don't know exactly what you're doing, but I think you know what you're doing.
You want to be like a guy in a documentary just like saying, and now he's blah 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 blah. And then he's...
I don't even know what you're screwing in over there.
Amplifier circuit board.
And Ricky does work as he screws in the amplifier and circuit board.
Uses 5 transistors.
5 transistors, what does that mean?
The transistor is the device that does the amplification.
How old is this tape recorder you're working on?
It's from the 60s, no doubt. Probably 1965, 1966 or so. It's an old one. But if it works right, it should be a good one.
Good quality?
Yeah, as some people say, oldie but goodie. You've probably heard that saying, I'm sure. The record button is to go through this little hole right here. It's got a spring loaded on it. There we go. That goes behind the speaker. This has to go up over here. And this amplifier screws on more on the other side. Is to get the right size screws.
Those little tiny ones?
Yeah, but there's 2 different size tiny ones. So you gotta get the tiny one with the bigger.
Looks like you're working on a couple tape recorders over there.
Oh, that one there?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was working on that at one time, but I just couldn't get this gear was not getting good, solid traction. It wasn't holding on good. And it was just buzzing and buzzing. I couldn't get it going right. It was really annoying. But it's not nearly as important. It's not nearly as cool a tape recorder as this reel-to-reel right here is. As if this thing will work properly and record and everything, it will be an awesome little tape recorder. And you'll be able to record on it too.
Oldie but goodie.
Yes. This...
You got so much oldie stuff in here.
This is the flywheel. Nice big flywheel. So hopefully it will have a stable speed. Okay, I guess. Push the record button. This lever doesn't want to do anything. I don't know why. But it's supposed to push the record switch down. I don't know what the heck is going on here. But maybe it's just not lined right. There, it's working. It's pushing the record button. There's the record switch now.
This is Mr. Recorder over here, doing work only as Mr. Recorder could.
So what do you think about seeing the inside of a 1960s tape recorder?
That we've come a long ways. And that they actually had some pretty good technology back then.
That's the record.
Think about that. That's what people listen to music on. Now there's little bitty, that big. iPods, MP3s.
And now I'm screwing in or getting ready to screw in the bias oscillator. Do you know what the bias oscillator is?
I have no idea.
It is needed whenever you record on the tape. It puts a signal, high frequency signal, onto the head, the tape head, during recording, and only during recording. It makes the magnetic fluctuation on the head properly record onto the tape. It's a better quality system. Other recorders just use a direct current signal to bias it, but this uses alternating current. It's much higher quality, and it's produced by this little rectangular board here. I think that's probably where the power comes in. The bias goes out through this little wire here into to go to the head. Okay, that's screwed on. Screw this side on. Okay, these screws here. Got this song stuck in my head. Do 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 do. Do you have any songs stuck in your head, George?
Not at the moment.
Do you listen to any music on the way here?
Listen to the radio a little bit.
Nice.
What was the song you were just singing?
I do not know the name, but it goes like this. I was not the only one. I was not the only one. I was not the only one. You believe what you said to me that day.
Rick, have you been beatboxing lately?
Probably not really. But
Can you still beatbox pretty good?
Yeah. So. Yo, 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 yo. And now, you ever seen soldering before?
No.
You never seen somebody solder?
Mm-mm.
This is your chance. Normally, okay, I got some solder here. Are you showing on the camera good?
Yeah, I'm having to move the camera angle around.
Some,
So is that like a heater? Like a...
it melts the metal. You connect the wires.
It smells.
Yeah. Make sure I get a good soldering joint on that switch there. Turns on the amplifier whenever you press the button player, the play button.
For any viewers under the age of 14, do not try this at home.
I actually first started soldering when I was either 10 or 11 years old.
I wouldn't advise that. This is Mr. Recorder.
Mr. Recorder.
And he has knowledge and skills that most do not.
Okay, that's on there. Amplifier secured. Let's make sure it operates. Let's give it some power. I'll also be conducting a test recording in this stage. And if it records, then we're
going to record a beatbox by Mr. Recorder / Mr. Beatbox.
Oh. Now let's get our what's being used as a test tape. Still says record on it. It says red. Okay. Because this is going on YouTube. Now that's 1 7/8 speed. That's because the speed switch isn't hooked up. Because of the wires were so short, I had to unsolder them to get the case off this far. Testing 1, 2, 3. Testing 1, 2, 3. Testing record 1, 2, 3. That saying of testing was said by another guy on YouTube. I think his name is Ipscomb. That sign. Hear that sound?
Uh-oh.
That's other stuff.
Testing 1, 2, 3. Testing 1, 2, 3. Testing record 1, 2, 3. exact saying of testing was said by another guy on YouTube. I think his name is Ips Cone.
We're
Wasn't the
in
loudest
business.
thing in the world. Might be louder once it's in the case, though. Speed didn't seem the most constant, but at least the thing is working. Okay, so looks like it's ready to be put back together. Let's first put this part on. Okay, this can be a little tricky. This has to go in there. Look at the buttons have to go in there. Everything has to. Yeah. Something's in the way. And they're a real nuisance. Well, it's still not in there right. There we go. I think I got it now. There we go. The holes are lined up. Okay, everything's through. Now I can solder these wires on. Get a chance to get some soldering on film here or videotape. Now normally you're supposed to hold the solder while you solder the thing, but since the wire is probably not going to stay in place, I'm going to start by putting the glob of solder on the connection and then using that solder while holding the wire. This goes to this. These wires go to the speed switch when these wires are shorted. Whenever the current goes through those wires, the speed will be at the 3 3/4 inches per second. And whenever this connection is broken, it's at the 1 7/8 inches per second speed. Now I can. Okay, this is a different kind of screw. Look at this kind of screw is also it's a double screw because not only does it screw in, but another screw can screw in on top, and that's how the back cover is held on. You like that?
Mm-hmm.
Pretty inventive. A lot of things use that kind of screw. It's a very useful way to do it. Very nice. I was not the only one.
Ricky, hit us with the beatbox.
Yo, what you think gonna happen? What do you now say? Only the plan is. But let's just see.
this at home.
Also, we will want to clean all the battery contacts here. Actually, we'll get a Q-tip. And we will soak the Q-tip with WD-40 and wipe the spring. Makes a nice springy sound. Oh, why does it all... Gosh, man. That's like goes to the little thing in the box and this is that way. Okay, anyway. As a matter of fact, actually, I think the soldering iron is going to be unplugged now. Because now this is soldered on. Not soldered, screwed on. And now this can, the back cover can go back onto the unit. Of course, it's going to have fluttery sound, unfortunately. I don't know, it's probably not the motor, it's probably all the junk on the shaft thing from the old disintegrated belt that was originally in it. Just disintegrated into a powdery substance. Do you like that, Josh?
Like what?
How the belt disintegrated into a powdery substance and I had to replace it. Okay, now we can... Wow, what a big breakthrough. Finally able to screw the back cover back on. Wow, after having the whole thing apart. Such a nice feeling. Whenever you can successfully find leaky capacitors and successfully fix something that was once completely not working except for the motor spinning and a light coming on to indicate that it was running off AC power. And now, I'll turn it. Ah, look how messy that is. Thing goes here. And okay, now I want to clean the heads. Have you seen heads cleaned before, Josh?
Is this the last step?
Well, yeah, pretty much. It's just a basic thing to clean the head so that you get the best sound out of it. But anyway, how are you liking that stereo, Josh?
Stereo you sent me?
Yeah.
It has not been used very much.
Why not?
It's because it's been collecting dust, and I put a statue on top of it, so I don't really lift it up that much.
You could hook your TV, your DVD player to it. Have stereo sound. I could probably get that set up. Do you want me to set that up for you?
Not right now. I think I'm about to get a new TV.
Okay. Let's see. Where did I put my... Oh, there it is. Clean the heads, but probably not the easiest thing because those foam pads are in the way. And get that back on. Now, plug it in. Get 5-inch reels off this other reel's reel. This one here was didn't need to have as much done to it to fix. has this thread. Okay, now it's just record. Josh, I want you to have the honors of being the one to test recording here. When I start, I want you to be the one to speak.
Testing. 1, 2, 3.
Let's turn that up.
1, 2, 3. Testing. 1, 2, 3. Me and Ricky about to go to CC's. So that sounds. Testing. 1, 2, 3. Testing. 1, 2, 3. Testing. 1, 2, 3. Me and Ricky about to go to CC's. Do you like it? Turned out to be pretty good.
And now I can put the cover on. There we go. Oh yeah!
Completed tape recorder.
Very nice.
Brought back from the dead. This tape recorder was all but lost until it came to Ricky. This has been a Josh Crawford production.
Rod.